My name is Jeff Taylor, and this is my special occasion speech for COM 125. I know that it requires 6 to 8 people for this speech. However, unfortunately, I don't have that many friends, so here is my crowd, my crew.
My crew.
Mike Riley.
Andrew Dressler.
For this assignment, we're supposed to do a special event speech for somebody that we hold dear to us or who has motivated us in our lives to be better people. For this speech today, I've chosen my wife, Elena Taylor. Elena Taylor is somebody who has been an inspiration to me for many years now. And throughout her life and the challenges that she has endured, has shown to be a woman of great fortitude and has inspired myself, along with many others, by her actions. In today's society, according to infoplease.com, there are 10.3 million single mothers living in the United States raising children on their own. Out of those 10.3 million, according to the Journal of Diversity, that 14% of those women will not go back to school to advance their careers after they have children. For those that do, shows great determination, dedication, not to just themselves, but to their family. My wife, Elena Taylor, who was born in Oklahoma in 1971, is one of those such women. After finding herself in a situation in Texas with a young son, brand new son, she decided to leave Texas on her own and head back to Kansas where her family was. After returning to Kansas, she, along with her son, struggled for the next couple of years while she went back to school to become better educated. On many occasions, we've talked about the struggles that she endured while going back to school, being a single mother, living on her own, going to school full-time and working full-time to take care of her son. In today's age, that is few and far between, where a woman will take care of her son or take care of his children and still continue to follow the education. My wife, straight out of high school, went to help others and became a paramedic while she was going to community college. There she met her first husband and continued her paramedic education until she became a paramedic, and then for many years, almost a decade, helped others in Kansas and in Texas. She often told stories about the struggles that she had finding herself in a difficult situation with a newborn son and what she was going to do with her life after that. Knowing that a single mother on a paramedic salary would not be able to give much of a life to a child, she decided to go back to school to become a nurse. 8 years ago, she started that journey. She started the journey going to community colleges and attending night school, while also working full-time in a restaurant setting and as a paramedic just to make ends meet. She wasn't alone. She had family members. But out of those family members, she always had a strive to do for herself and not take from others. See, my wife is a very proud person. And because she's a very proud person, she has a very difficult time asking for help unless she absolutely 100% needs it. Even in the times that she needs it, she still feels a great stress on asking others to help her when she's usually the one that likes to help others. After she finished nursing school, she went ahead and became a full-time emergency room nurse, where she would take care of her son at night or during the day, and then with a roommate, she would work all night to make ends meet. This wasn't enough for my wife. She felt like she needed more. She needed to provide more for herself and for her child. In 2009, my wife decided to go back to school to get her master's in nursing and to become a family nurse practitioner. She did this after a long and drawn-out look at her life and what she wanted for her and her family. While going back to school for her nursing career, she met many inspirational people, and one of those people inspired her to join the Missouri National Air Guard. By doing this, they told her that by serving her country, she could also find a way to make money to send her child to school. Being still that single mother down that path, she saw this as an opportunity to make money to put back, not for just herself in her retirement, but also find a way to provide a better education for her son if she wasn't able to make that education on her own. When my wife decides to do something, it's not something that is just given. It's something that she gives her entire self to. Much the same way she did as a paramedic, and much the same way she did as a nurse. Throughout her Master's of Nursing degree, she gave herself to the Air National Guard along with her family, to the point to where they've made her now a captain in the Air National Guard, just in 3 years of serving. She now serves as a nurse practitioner in that Air National Guard and gives herself multiple weekends a month and multiple weeks a year, going far beyond the standard expectations of a Guard member. She works closely with the National Guard to make sure that she has all of the points needed to fully retire and get the GI Bill to help her son one day fulfill his dream of going to Cambridge University. This is something that we have talked about many times, and something of great pride in her eyes, as she knows that she is the woman who has inspired this child to want more for himself. And the way that he wants more for himself reminds her of how she was when she wanted more for herself and her family. This woman gives tirelessly now to the clinic that she works for, and still finds time to make time for her son and for her family, and still finds time to give back to the country she loves. Some people ask me why I've chosen my wife for this speech, and I smile and I said there's nobody else in this world that deserves this speech as much as her. She's somebody that has given unselfishly over the years to make the lives of other people better. And she's given herself wholeheartedly to her son and her family to make sure that they never have the strife that she dealt with growing up. This is a woman that continues to amaze me day in and day out. In conclusion, the poet once said that you cannot take from others unless you've given something. This woman has never taken anything in her life, but gives wholeheartedly. That is my special occasion speech for my wife, and I hope that she knows that she is the inspiration that has driven me to go back to school to be better, not for just myself, but for my family as well. She is a person that inspires every day to continue going, regardless of how hard it has gotten. She often tells stories about the struggles of eating romaine noodles herself, just so she could buy baby food for that little boy. Elena Taylor, you're an inspiration to us all, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't love you more. Thank you for being that inspiration to me, and thank you for doing everything that you do for our family.